It's actually quite annoying that this season, the 3 clubs from Scotland that have qualified for the European group stages, obviously Celtic and Rangers are always really going to be in the group stages. They're from Glasgow, that's pretty much where I live. And then you can always count on the other one maybe being Hibs or Hearts or possibly Kilmarnock or someone a little bit closer. But this season it's Aberdeen. So we have a 6-hour round trip ahead of us on this rainy Thursday night to see the kings of European football when it comes to Scotland. Obviously I've mentioned it a lot, Aberdeen, 2 European titles to their name. Let's head up north and get to Pittodrie on this horribly rainy day. We've made it to rainy Aberdeen. Usually when I come, it is glorious sunshine, but not today. But just check this out. So, despite everything that Aberdeen have achieved in Europe, all their great successes, the past 10, 15 years or so, you could say haven't been great. Look, this is the group for this season. Not actually a bad result out in Germany in their first game. Frankfurt away to lose 2-1. But yeah, just check this out. Look, they've not played group stage football for a very long time. Look at some of these qualifiers that they've had. Look, they played a Finnish team there. They're playing a Finnish team today. Let's hope for a similar result to what they had there. Look, they've played Burnley, interestingly enough. But look at some of these teams that they've played from like Latvia and Croatia and North Macedonia and stuff. But look, when was the last time they actually played group stage football? See, these are still all qualifiers until we get to 2008. Look at that. They actually came 3rd in their group, meaning that they got through to the next round, which is strange. Look, round 1, they won against Dnipro, which a win on away goals, which like even today like, that'd be a great result for them. And look, the group stage in 2008 would have been just 4 games, wouldn't have been home and away. Look, 2-0 away to Atletico they lost. They drew at home to Lokomotiv Moscow. They lost away to Panathinaikos and they beat Copenhagen 4-0 at home. What result that was? And look, they even played Bayern Munich. So they got through the groups the last time they actually played in the groups. But yeah, look, different times back then, obviously. Their form in Europe obviously hasn't been great, but it's going to have to be, like it was in this season here, the home games where it really matters for them. They are at home today.
Dons are back, baby. Barry Robson, Baz's army.
Do you think you sort of sacrificed a little bit of the league form for thoughts in Europe earlier this season, or because it started quite slow, didn't it?
It did. Started very slow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's because we had Rubizic at the back, but he's become the new man, the new Van Dijk.
What did you think of the result out in Germany?
I was actually there.
You were there? Okay,
yeah.
Were you lads there as well?
I'm not. I'm going to Helsinki. We're
Okay,
in Helsinki.
oh nice. So how was it being out in Germany?
It was class. The fact that we even scored against them made it even better as well.
Yeah, unreal. And what's the score going to be today then?
Confident, 3-4-1, 3-1 I'll say.
Going big, and yourself?
Oh, 2-0.
2-0 and...
I was going to go 2-1, but I feel I'm very nervous like.
Who's been your player of the season so far?
Graham Sinney.
What's the score going to be then?
4-0 Aberdeen.
4-0, a lot of goals, mate. Enjoy. Another European night here at Pittodrie. What does European football mean to you boys?
A lot. It's big for the club.
Yeah.
Not for a while.
And big result against Rangers at the weekend as well. Is the feeling good at the club right now?
Buzzing.
Some of you were in the video last time, weren't you?
Yeah.
And how do you think things have gone since I last saw you then?
I think it's been quite good.
Yeah, happy with...
A tipping point was at Frankfurt.
That was a good result. Although you lost, scored a goal.
Yeah.
And you beat Rangers in your last league game as well.
Yeah.
All things are looking quite happy here at Aberdeen just now.
Yeah.
You need to start climbing up the league though, because the form was poor early in the season.
Yeah.
But shout out some scores. What's it going to be tonight?
2-1 us. 2-1 Pep.
2-1. 2-1. All going for a win.
3-1 the Dons.
Ben.
Oh, look.
Happy with how things are going just now?
Buzzing, yeah. Beating Rangers on
Can't
ways.
wait.
Massive things.
That was massive. The season started slowly in the league though, right? I feel like you
Yeah.
still need to
Build up
climb the
gradually,
table
but
a little bit.
I feel like we performed great against bigger teams, and then slower teams we kind of just play the occasion, not the game.
Yeah.
Perform as well.
And Hearts were obviously in this competition last season. They couldn't get through the groups. They did have a couple of good results.
Yeah.
Do you think Aberdeen have got a better chance of getting through the group this season than Hearts did last year?
I think we do have a better chance. I mean, if we beat Helsinki tonight, it'd be massive.
Yeah, it's a good time to play them. Get the German away game out of the way, and then start play a home game and stuff. And who's been your player of the season then so far?
So far, Gartman's knows about the Hale season, but he's been a massive impact
Yeah.
coming in.
McGrath
Shinnie's-
seems like he's been a
McGrath
good
as
signing.
well,
Yeah.
His forms came on a lot, and I think he'll do very well.
And what's the score going to be today then?
2-0 Aberdeen.
2-0.
2-0.
2-0. And
3-1.
Kai and Danny, two big Aberdeen supporters. You obviously come to a lot of games here at Pittodrie, seeing them in the league. But what does it feel like coming to a European game rather than a league game?
Better atmosphere. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I feel like we've got a big chance of winning this because it's not as tough as Champions League, so I think we're going to
Yes,
win it.
it's Conference League obviously, and Hearts were in this competition last season. But do you think you'll get through the groups this year?
It's tough.
There's nothing to drop down to, so you got to finish top two, haven't you?
Yeah.
But it all starts with a good performance tonight. Hopefully, what do you reckon the score will be?
2-1
2-1 Aberdeen, and
I think 3-2 with Duke a hat trick.
you've heard it here first. I've never been in this stand before. Look, we got the flags up there. Look how good this stand is here. And like, there's this bit on the corner that I always seem to see. I've only ever been in that stand over there, and I'm glad I'm not in here today because there's all the poles of uncertainty over there. But here we've got a clear view of things. I was genuinely blown away. The last time I came here for a game against Hacken when Aberdeen were in the qualifier, I think that was for the Europa League, which they lost sadly and dropped down to the Europa League, which is where they are now. And this is a group stage game, so it's massive for them. That was such a great support, and European football means so much to them considering what they've won. I've just checked my phone. Rangers are currently losing. They're an early kick-off. They're playing out in Cyprus. They're losing currently 2-0 in the Europa League. Celtic lost yesterday. Aberdeen, all hopes on them to give something back to the Scottish coefficient today.
3-1 Aberdeen.
3-1 Aberdeen, love it.
2-0 Aberdeen.
2-1 Aberdeen.
2-1 Aberdeen. Thoughts on the last game's result in the Europa Conference League, and what do you think you need to do to sort of repeat the performance but maybe get a better result?
I don't know really. I feel like if we repeat the same performance that we did away in Frankfurt, I feel like we'll come away with tonight with a good result. But overall, I think we just need to stay calm and composed like we did in Frankfurt, like really well attacking, especially in the second half when we were like pushing for another equaliser. But if
Can
we
you tell me, HJK Helsinki, who you're playing today, are top of Finland, right, currently? That's a tough game. They're going to be champions by the looks of things. They're clear, well clear.
They are. They're 25 games in, so they've obviously been playing their football over the summer, so it'll be a very tough one for us tonight as we've just started playing, what, 5 games, 6 games in the league, so it will be something to ask for. I reckon it'll be tight, but I still think we'll come out on top. 3-2 Aberdeen.
There's around 20,000 people in here tonight, an incredible 2 displays, one behind that goal, and then one behind that as well.
Two strikers of the highest quality, both who scored goals on the European stage for the Dons. Jim Forrest was 186 times for the club, scoring 62 goals, and was part of the side that won the Scottish Cup in 1970. And Frank Tuggle, what can we say? He won all 3 domestic honours in 2 seasons between 1984 and 1986, and scored an incredible 44 goals in only 69 appearances. Would only please join us in a minute of applause as we remember 2 of our very finest.
Very stop-start first half. A few injuries. Duke was down with a head injury for ages. Seems like there's another one now for somebody who's down for Aberdeen, but Aberdeen probably been the better side, had a few chances, but yeah, just haven't been able to convert. Maybe more half chances, but Helsinki haven't really been up that end too much. Assistant just put his board up. 10 minutes of added time in the first half. Half time in one of the most forgettable halves of football I think I've seen all season so far. 0-0, like I say, not many chances, so many injuries, players going down. Yeah, let's hope the second half brightens up a little bit. Contentious throw-in. Aberdeen fans thought it was a foul throw, but from it, Helsinki have scored, as you can see. It's a good finish. The sign of a good support, cheering on their team when they just conceded a goal. Met a lot of lads outside today who are going to be in the red shed today. So yeah, really good fan base here that Aberdeen have, really supportive of their team. Just a shame about the score right now. Absolutely crazy limbs in the red shed and all around me as well. Aberdeen have levelled here. It's Majowski with a goal. Defensive error from Helsinki, and it is 1-1. Oh my God, what a chance! So I did actually mention it once or twice last night about the coefficient and stuff. It's been a really, really bad week in Europe for Scottish teams. Obviously Celtic with their 95th minute loss at home to Lazio. You struggle to see how they're going to even come third and drop to the Europa League now after their first two games in the Champions League. I know Brendan Rodgers has a really bad record in the Champions League. Rangers on the night last night as well. I know I mentioned it when it was 2-0. They ended up losing 2-1. They're in a bit of a crisis themselves, and they've been awful in the past few weeks, and that showed last night in the Europa League. I suppose I've not been able to see the highlights yet. It's the next morning, and I've been editing the Aberdeen vlog, getting it ready for today. And then Aberdeen, it was a good result for them, really, if you think about it. Top of a Finnish league, and to actually get a point, fair play. Like, they'll get a bit of money per point, and I don't know how much it will help the Scottish coefficient. I don't know the other countries around them, how they've done, but you don't want to be in a position where, say, Rangers go out of the Europa League. They might drop into the Conference League. I know they've already won a game. It's going to be tough for Aberdeen now. 1 point out their first two games. Obviously, there's nothing to drop down from for the Europa League, so coming third is the same as coming fourth. I can't see them coming second even really now and then getting through the Conference League. And then Celtic as well. If they come bottom of their group like they did last year as well, then I don't know if it's going to help Scotland. But yeah, I think Aberdeen, they actually have played really well in Europe. They've put some great showings and some great performances out there. Just haven't quite been able to get the results. Again, Häcken played really well, couldn't get the result. Frankfurt last week, by a couple of weeks ago, by all accounts, played well. Lost 2-1, and then last night played well, just couldn't take their chances. It was a real shame for them. But yeah, it's not been a great week for Scottish teams in Europe, which pains me to say it, as I'd love to see everybody just doing well in Europe. Again, we don't want to come to a point where the coefficient drops and then we maybe lose a place in the league for the Conference League, or even lose that automatic Champions League spot for the top team. I'm not 100% sure how it will work. I'm sure that'll all pan out once the group stages are finished, but if you do have information on the coefficients, let me know in the comments section below. To all the fans who came up and said hello to me yesterday, thank you so much. Thanks for all the support, Aberdeen fans. Amazing support within the stadium as well for the team. Loads of people there last night. Really good atmosphere. Just again, shame that they couldn't quite get over the line and get the 3 points despite actually a really good performance. I'm going to leave some videos on screen. If you could click on one to carry on watching, that would be amazing. That's the biggest way you can help this channel, just go from one video to another. Thank you so much and goodbye.